All
So,
right. Hi,
all
guys.
right, ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? It's another wonderful episode of You Ain't Shit for Watching. I thought we'd just have a conversation night. No particular topic in mind. We just gonna talk. We got the lovely Shayla Faye here. Please rep your name, your brand, your essence. Put it out there, sister.
Hello, everyone. My name is Shayla Faye. I am the owner of Couture Kitchen, couturekitchen.com. I make aprons. I produce houseware, silverware, and all of the nature. And I'm just here having a conversation with you ain't shit. Another guest, so that's me.
Oh, that's beautiful. Ooh. Uh, my habitual line stepper brother. This brother is out here stepping, constantly creeping past these lines. Go ahead and introduce yourself, Ronaldo.
Hello, folks. This is Roger Stevens. I'm here trying to represent for the habitual line steppers. Check out my show, The Roger Report. I get in on different topics, controversial stuff, and when it comes to these lines, I'm like Stevie Wonder. I can't even see them. I'm just walking along.
And that
Yo,
it
that
is.
man. All right, you topped me tonight. You topped me tonight. I got you. Uh, so yeah, let's have a conversation. So who was talking about before the break? We was talking about weirdo motherfuckers. Why do you think
So,
people obsess over Facebook to the point to where it consumes their life?
Mm-mm-mm.
Do
well,
you
me
feel like
personally,
because they don't have
I
shit to lose? I mean,
Me personally, I don't feel like they have anything to lose or to gain. The main objective is to make sure that someone feels what they feel. Hurt people. And that's the main objective. If they can make you feel some kind of way about yourself, the same way that they feel about themselves, then their mission is accomplished. And how they attach themselves to you is unknown. Maybe they see something about you, a quality that you possess that they wish that they had. And it's a matter of time. We all get the same time in the day. We all get the same seconds.
Mm-mm.
We all breathe the same breaths in a
Mm-mm.
24-hour period. It just matters what you do with your time. So people that's doing other things with their time based off of those people who have the time to obsess over other individuals. I mean, it's a big, big difference. It's a big difference. Not only is it a big difference in time, because the time that you spend obsessing over someone else, you can be doing something better with your life to be on their level or better than them. It's the time that you think of your family, your situation, your lifestyle, where you plan on being, where you want to go. It's levels to it. And they attach themselves to the levels that you have without experiencing the levels that you have to go through. And that's what they become obsessed. They become obsessed with that, who you are right now, opposed to who you were. And they become obsessed, honey.
Raj, what you think about it? I mean, you've seen it. You've seen from running the group, the Black Men Being Brutally Honest, the Facebook group that we admin. What do you see with these people and these weird dynamics of they just let Facebook control their lives, like these internet beats, these weird stalker things? How do you feel about that?
Yeah. Honestly, I'm gonna agree with some of what she says because at the end of the day, if you start talking to the top psychologists in the world, they're going to let you know every person wishes to have a sense of significance in the world. And if you are looking for a sense of significance, and for whatever reason, whatever's going on in your life, you have yet to feel that sense of significance, you will take out time to hurt somebody else because you feel somehow that can gain you some level of significance. You want to affect somebody's life. Unfortunately, you have a lot of people who actually weren't really loved enough when they were a child, or they didn't feel loved enough as a child, especially from their parents. And a lot of it has to do with a lack of. Actually, this will make sense when you think about it. Most children want the approval of their father. We want to it's definitely be significant to our father. You got a lot of folks out here who don't even know who their father is, and
True.
because they're trying to seek the approval of their father, and they feel they cannot get it. They want to bring someone down as low as them. So they, for whatever reason, have not decided to be a significant person. And the sad part is, all you got to do is get an ego. Anybody can have an ego at any level in their life. You know, I was taught a long time ago, when you a go getter, if you got you a Chevy and you pull up next to somebody in a Bentley, what makes his Bentley better than your Chevy? The only reason his Bentley can be better than your Chevy is you feel insignificant about how hard you work to get your Chevy. When you start saying that your Chevy is what you earn, what you got, and you understand what it took for you to get your Chevy, you don't have to worry about that other guy's Bentley. Just that simple.
That's true.
So some folks need to develop an ego about themselves. And I'm not saying
What?
ego in an overly massive way, but you gotta have some confidence about how you live in your life.
Confidence.
If you're
Okay,
not
I
confident
would
about
say
your life,
confidence. I would
yeah,
say
if you're not
confidence
confident about your
because
life, you
falsified ego is an issue. Falsified egos, being bigger than who you really are. You know what I'm saying? Trying to present this image of being someone that you're not, opposed to confidence, being who you are and comfortable with who the hell you are. You understand what I'm saying? So when you say ego, let's be real about it, because a lot of people who constantly harass and mess with other folks and try to pride in their life, they have an ego. That's what's giving them the confidence to do what they have to do. Falsified ego, making them bigger than what they are, making them think that they're bigger than what they are.
what
That's
what
just
I
like
think
people
the key,
on YouTube videos who had 200 views. They get 200 views, and all of a sudden you can't even talk to them because they're celebrities in their mind, because they
What
have
you trying to
they
say?
have.
You trying to say 200 YouTube views ain't enough?
I'm just saying they have a falsified ego about themselves. The fact that they feel that they are better than because of these views, because they have a platform, makes people have this ego to make them say and do
what,
things
you know what?
and
My
talk
thing is,
about certain people.
you said something that's key, but I need you to say it every time you said it. It's a falsified ego. I don't have a problem
Falsified ego.
with a person having an ego because as I'll say, for example, an example I like to use, I'm not saying no names, but there's a multi-millionaire who who was explaining about ego. And he says, well, if I lay my daughter on the table to get a surgery, I need a doctor with an ego. I need a doctor that knows he can come in here and do his job and do what he has to do. He's gonna have the confidence that as long as your daughter's in my hands, you don't got nothing to worry about. So yes, you need an ego, but when you start getting a falsified ego where you're trying to draw something in you based on the outside world to feel you're better than other people, that's when you start going south. If
And
your
that's where
confidence
things
don't
get
come from
bad.
the inside, you know, I don't care what you've accomplished in life. Personally,
Absolutely.
I literally just said this to somebody today, but this is my view of the world, and I feel everyone should have this view of the world. If
Hold on,
I
hold on.
walk into a
I'm
room,
sorry, sir. I'm sorry, sir. Just a
okay,
moment.
go
Can
ahead.
we eliminate the back noise, because there's a back noise, or it's some
There's something
people
in
in
my
the back.
background.
It's a
Yeah, that I
feedback.
think that might be on you. Do you got you on the Bluetooth?
Okay. Yeah, hold on here. Let me do something right here. Let me make sure I don't have this loaded on the computer.
Yes,
I love how
thank
I
you
you,
might
sir.
have
narrate
this
it.
loaded from two different sources, and we don't need to have that.
Well, from my experience, I will say this: like, I have participated in a lot of fuckery groups that just have roasting and talking stuff about moral views you may not agree with, or you may have an opponent or opposition against what I'm saying, which is perfectly fine. You understand what I'm saying? And when your ego comes into play, then we have a discussion, and it might come into a heated debate where we roast each other for about a day or two, and then we're done. That's ego. That's your ego stepping up and protecting your confidence. Like, wait a minute, because it's the difference between an ego and and confidence. It's you have confidence and you have the ego that's ready to step up. All right, but besides all of that, we have people with falsified egos that decide to step up and make corruption. It doesn't even make sense, but it makes corruption. And that's my issue when it comes to other other people and situations within the social media, especially social media. Like I'm an '80s baby, so I grew up on beepers, and then probably in the late '90s, I had social media, which was Black Planet. You understand what I'm saying? So,
You had Black Panic. You heard Solange about it.
oh yeah, I was a Black Planet girl. We had the little, templates where we had music going on. It was hot. It was everything. You understand what I'm saying? So, but that's where it left at because we didn't have the resources, or I guess you can say the options to constantly be online. We didn't have an app for Black Planet on our phone. It was on the computer, which was dial up. You get on there, you say your shit, and you leave. That's the generation where we come
Nigga
from.
took it back to dial-up. She said you had to be on dial-up to get on Black Planet. That's that AOL. Hello.
Yeah, online connection. Like you have to sit there and wait for your line to connect. But now
You've got mail.
Everything is so convenient. It's just so, how can you say it? Like it's just I don't know. It's just like everyone has an option. Like out of the blue, I'll get a phone call from my messenger on Facebook from somebody I don't even know. They're just calling my Facebook Messenger because they have that accessibility.
The game has changed. The game has definitely changed in the dynamic of talking to people, reaching out and touching them. Because this Facebook Messenger shit has completely wiped the game all the way new. You can call people, you can FaceTime people. That's insanity to me.
Yeah, you can. People that
they allow you to spend money.
I mean, people you don't even request as a friend. You can just follow them and request them to talk to you. The accessibility to individuals have become crazy to the point where you have no option. So, with that being said, I think that people feel the need to, insignificant people feel the need to be significant by being younger to you. Whether they like something you do, something you say, how you smell, how you talk, what you do, how you do it, what you eat, they have that option to be under you. And giving them the energy is the problem. Whether you give it to them or you don't give it to them. It's just a balance there. So.
Well, what I was saying was that because I actually agree with that, a lot of what you're saying, and people have to, at some point in their life, choose to have a better perception about themselves, and and people who cannot simply make this adjustment to say, I'm at this particular level, they're gonna have problems. Like I was kidding with somebody earlier today, but I mean we were joking, but I didn't really mean it as a joke. If I walk into a room and Donald Trump walks into the room, in my perception, Donald Trump is the second most important person in the room. And if I walked in with some friends, depends on how many friends I walked in with. That'll determine how important Donald Trump is. And I'm not saying that you should have some kind of falsified ego, but every person who lives a life in this world should feel that they're just as important as everyone else, but they're not more important than anyone else. You got to understand, everybody's at the same level. Status should really mean nothing to a person, but people don't get that. That's why we have celebrities.
So who is the first person when you walk into the room with Donald Trump? Who is the first most important person?
I'm the most important person in the room, period. Every room I'm in, I'm the most important person in the room.
That's what I wanted to hear.
Yeah.
Is it falsified?
No, it's not, because that's how I feel about myself. I understand there will never be a man greater than me that I ever meet. But I think every other man should feel the same way. I'm not going to put you down. Don't put me down. But there's no way that I, as a man, can look at another man and feel he's greater than me. Now, you may have done something I haven't done, but I can't feel you're greater than me. Because I think once you start accepting that someone else is better than you, there's a natural part of you that's going to want to reach up to them, or you're going to want to bring them down. So you can get like a crab in the barrel type of mentality.
Or you can just sit back and take notes and become that person times 10, right?
Well, I mean, if your ego is not hurt by another person to be in the room, it's never an issue because you already feel like if they can do it, I can do it too. So you'll be okay with taking the notes. But when you feel like somebody else is better than you, you're not gonna want to take those notes. You're just gonna want to hurt them.
I think that's the type of person, that's the type of woman that I've always been. And I make no shame of it. I literally came from nothing. I lived in a homeless shelter 5 6 years ago, with my kids, escaping a situation that I felt like I had to escape. Thank God I did, because I wouldn't be here. You understand? Who knows where
So
I would
what
have
you're
been?
saying? I just want to make this a clear point for anybody listening. What you're saying is you didn't make an excuse. You went out and got it.
Exactly. And
Okay,
I mean,
please continue with what you were saying now.
nothing would have came from me making excuses. Nothing would have came from me not taking accountability for my future and where I was going. Nothing would have came from that shit. Period. It would have been a lot of sorrow, pain, depression, drug use, and my kids would have been just as shitty as me if I had that mindset. Nothing would have came from that mindset. The mindset that I had is that I had to do better, and I wasn't intimidated by women that I seen that were doing good. That just made me say, if she can do it, I can do it too.
You got
If
to
she
do
can
me
do
that much better.
Yeah, if she can do it, I can do it too. If she can ride a Bentley, I can ride a Bentley too. If she can walk on marble floors, I can walk on marble floors too. That's the mindset that I had. But it wasn't built off of ego, it was built off of confidence and to being humble. Now what pushed me was my ego. What pushed me was my ego. It wasn't falsified. It wasn't to the point where I said, oh, fuck this bitch. Let me take her down so I can be on the next level and be known for dragging her down. No, it was based off of, girl, you have 1 to 2 options. Go get it or sink and fall. Or, that's it.
But see,
That's
that's what I'm saying. I really agree with you because I feel you look at another woman, but you didn't see yourself at a lower level, which is good, and that's what
absolutely.
people need to do. It's those people
How,
who sit online that can't see themselves at the level of another person, no matter who it is, whether it be a celebrity, whether it be a relative, whether it be a person they met. Those people look to tear people down because they feel like they can't get to another person's level. So to make my life make more sense, I need to bring other people down to my level. See, that's what's going on in their head. They're
and
trying
that's
to make
the
sense
sad
of their
part, because
life.
that's all that's what I've been experiencing. If you can't be that person, bring them down. Period. I mean, and that's the only thing that makes sense to them. Who wants to work hard? Who wants to lose sleep? Who wants to try to build a business? Who wants to not spend their money on fast food? Save all of those cigarette money, all that stuff you could have been spending on wine and liquor, into your savings account so you can open up a business and be successful at this business. Who wants to do that? It takes too much fucking time. The easiest thing it is to do is to hate on the next person and bring them down. Because now, if you bring them down, guess what? You're on their level. You're on their level.
Yeah.
So what is the next
Get on my
person to do?
level. Hey,
So
get
what?
on my level.
So what is the next person to do? Are they supposed to sit there and be on their level? Or are they supposed to do what they need to do to break ties from you? What do you suggest?
So let me ask you this: what do you advocate for women that find themselves in the position that you were in? What, like, can you tell us, like, the mentality that you had, the thought process, the just
I will
the
definitely tell
general
you that.
that.
Absolutely. So when I got to that point in my life, I disconnected myself from anything dealing with social media to start, because everyone has an opinion, and if you're not helping me, you're not helping me. Period. It's like it's nowhere to go in that position when you get to that sink or swim moment in life. I disconnected myself from social media. When I disconnected myself from social media, I became more in tune with what I ate, how I fed my kids, what I fed to my kids mentally, what I was telling them, how I felt. I mean, when you disconnect yourself, that means eliminating any toxins, wine, liquor, all of that. You just got to sit the fuck down and think of what you need to do next. The next moment for me is to not be in this position. How am I going to be out of this position? Well, Shay, you got to work. You got to advocate for what you believe in, and you have to work. And that's what I did. That's what I did with my kids. I took them into a mindset because I didn't go through this by myself. I wasn't a single woman going through a hard time. I was a mother with children. So my point is to get them out of that situation, my situation, the stress that I'm going through, and put them in a different world in life where they have nothing but opportunity and promise them that everything is going to be okay. But when I promise them that everything is going to be okay, I got to be able to produce it. And that's exactly what I did. I eliminated the bullshit. I eliminated people. I eliminated, sometimes you have to eliminate family. I trusted in what I had to do. I made my vision very clear. Vision boards worked for me. You know, some people need to see where they're going to go. So I
Now,
use,
hold on, because I got questions. So you said you had a vision board. Did you have an actual physical vision board? Because they
yeah, I
say
did.
when you write down your goals, you're more likely to achieve it. Did you
Yeah,
actually have it
absolutely.
written down somewhere?
Yeah, I had it written down. It was an actual vision board with newspaper clippings of, and me shopping with a dog with Louis Vuitton bags, and I've
You put
accomplished
a
it.
dog in
Balling,
there.
Yeah,
balling.
my dog was even there. Yeah, I made a vision board of what I wanted to do, how life I wanted to see myself in the next 5 years is what I perceived myself, and that's what I got. No bull crap, no caping, no none of that. I am walking on marble floors. I live a luxurious life by the grace of my vision. Not hating on another woman, not hating on what another woman have. I use those powerful women in my life to learn something from, and they're still around. You know, they do their thing, I do my thing. They're still around, but I made it a very, very clear point in my life of what I wanted, and I had to get it. And there was nothing, no man, no penis, no money, good enough for what I wanted. Because I needed to get my kids. Because the reality is, most of these mothers that sit here in their situation have kids and that's 8, 5, 10 years old. But within the next 10 years, they will be grown. And what do you have to show for them? I took a stand, and my main entire objective in life, being that I lived in a homeless shelter, is to have a ton of homeless shelters. I'm starting that point in life right now. And this is almost 6 years after I came from a homeless shelter myself. So yeah, I had to plan a vision board. I had to see what I wanted to accomplish. I had to see it on a vision board. This can be me. This is me. Oh shit, I want that too. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
I'm glad you was doing it. Now I got some other questions we can talk about.
Let's talk about them. I'm
Okay.
here for it, baby.
Because
Oh,
Rain was here. So
uh,
Roger, you didn't see the travesties and the horrors that I saw when I first started doing that Facebook shenanigans.
I hate
Rain
people
is
that
here,
troll.
and these two motherfuckers is really part of the two main culprits
Oh, hey, Ray.
that was
Hey,
destroying lives.
Hey, sunshine. How
hey,
you
my
doing, baby?
love.
I
I'm
love
good.
you, baby.
I'm a little
Uh,
tired
You,
because
do
I
you hear all
studied
this
a
I don't
little
sweet
think you
shit
bit.
better
they
call me
Yeah,
talking?
no more, girl. I got a tropical
they sound like
syndrome.
co-workers right now.
These two
I got.
niggas,
Hold on, wait.
I just
then
want to
I got.
say I have calmed down a lot. So fuck you.
listen. I want you to picture a samurai walking around with a head in his hand and a sword in the other one.
That.
That was these two motherfuckers.
Yeah,
Oh.
basically.
Oh my gosh, Shay, you remember when Linus made that meme of us as like superheroes? It was
Yes,
like
women.
me, you, and Liv. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
we
I
were
said, yeah,
hot
that was
mess,
a
but it was.
savage.
And we
So
all had different points of views, though. The crazy part is that we all had different points of view, but as women, older, younger, and middle aged, we can come together to an agreement of what we accept and what we don't fucking accept, and we left it alone.
So
That's
I
all.
want to know about the worst Facebook beef that y'all have seen. It might be different
Seen
from each
or
one.
been in.
I,
Hmm.
Involved
we'll
or
go
not
with
involved.
seen and then been in. So let's go with what you've seen.
Okay, seen. Ooh. Facebook beef, the worst one, I gotta say, Arif and the tranny. That shit was tragic. That was
Oh,
epic.
What?
so that's where I came in at. I had had the
Woo!
group for like 2 years, but I had never really bothered fucking with the group. I would see it, I would scroll past. I'd be like, these niggas crazy. When I saw this shit had me plugged into the group. Period. Point blank. It was game over for me at that point. I like it took my soul. Who wants to
Wait,
describe
who
the
was the
Reef?
what?
Did I hear something about a tranny? That's all I'm trying to figure.
I mean,
Basically,
This was
I don't know.
wild,
It was a
bro.
explain.
basically Arif had okay. Arif, I'm gonna say allegedly because I don't want to get in trouble.
It wasn't no allegedly. It was guaranteed. Everybody saw the
No,
damn
Okay, he was married,
the chat, the
Roger.
messages.
Arif was a married, swole, dark skinned man with dreads. I want to say successful from what he was portraying. I don't really know. And, he's acting like he was straight. Everybody assumed he was straight. He had a wife, he had a kid, the
Yeah,
normal
kind of make you think he's
life.
straight. Yeah.
Yeah.
you said kind of make you think he's straight.
I don't know what
That's-
happened.
oh Lord,
One
here we go.
day we woke up. Her name was
Oh Lord.
Sasha. Sasha, what was her name? She's on my Snapchat. Her name was Sasha. Well, that's her name.
On your
This
Snapchat, you watch it?
she don't do
She was
no.
a she's
She
a
does
pretty
have a.
she was a pretty transsexual. She was like Hispanic, and she
No,
looked
the
like
fuck,
a
she was
woman.
not. That motherfucker was hard in the face.
I
Like I was
cannot with
waiting
Brenda.
for him to be like, I was waiting for the nigga to be like, I didn't know. Nah, nigga, you knew. That motherfucker looked like Pedro the gardener.
He didn't even he didn't take it that far. Okay, yeah.
But yeah, the trainee came in the group, Roger, and posted every conversation, videos of him
2 years.
and Arif smashing for years. When I tell you the group was in
Whoa.
uproar for
I
a
mean,
week
it was
straight,
vivid videos. It was vivid videos like actual
pictures.
pornography, where he was getting fucked in his ass. Period. Like it was just like,
The guy was sucking the trainee's dick. I was just like, oh
yeah,
my
it was
god.
very vivid. It was very vivid.
Whoo. Okay, yeah, we done left this Kansas now. This a
Oh
whole different
man,
world.
that was a very lit time. That was like I still got the Dropbox. You want to see? I can send it to you.
Yeah, that
Something
was crazy. It still
tragic.
exists.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think I'm
that was
cool. I don't need to
yeah,
see
that was crazy.
a man, two men get it on. I don't need to see it. I'm cool.
Like the trainee came into the group and was like, it was bad because of the wife. Like, let me tell you the most tragic part about the
Somebody got
situation,
some background
Roger.
music. They're gonna need to cut that out.
Sorry,
Oh,
that's
that's
me.
the most tragic part about this situation is
I get it how I'm it.
he's been fucking different transgenders and caught something from a transgender and gave it to his wife while she was pregnant. And
Ooh, that's terrible.
the baby has a disability. Allegedly. I'm gonna say allegedly.
Oh
But that's
Lord.
what the story I was like, yo, if that's true, like man.
Now I don't even know what to say about that. Like, bro, you can't shut that
Yeah,
down while your wife pregnant. Like,
yeah, that was the most.
That's killed me.
Oh.
Like
He
all
was
right,
so
you
sad
got a
though. He was like,
you got a
"The black
fondness
woman
for
is
boy, but
God. You are the epitome of life. Black
Like
women
he's
love
like
you."
the
It was
gym
like,
head
whoa.
too. Karate, taekwondo. He in the gym, he's super buff and he likes sucking dick.
well, you know what? You know, gays have been accepted in society. So I'm gonna say, as a grown man, if you want to stick another man's dick in your mouth, that's your business. But your wife should know about it. I'm just saying, if you got a wife,
Well,
she should know about it.
I'm all LGBTQ community, but however, this motherfucker didn't even present himself as a bisexual or a gay man. The problem with the gay community is the bisexuals, not the openly gay motherfuckers. Like, we don't care if you openly gay. The problem is the dudes that's on the sideline over there sucking dick behind.
Yeah, like it's 2019. At this point, if you want to be gay, if you want to be a homosexual, that's cool. That's your
Do
bag. That's
it.
what
Who
you
cares?
choose to do. But don't be out here lying to people, giving them a false representation of what you are, and you still out here knee deep in some boy booty.
But you know what? To be honest with you, it's surprisingly it's a lot of women who are, more receptive to bisexual men. So you have no need to lie. You know how at one point bisexual women was like ill, and then it became big. I guess now a lot of women are very receptive to bisexual men. Say what you want. Don't be hiding behind this false ego, that we were talking about, this big strong ass tough man who's played, he do karate and black women is God, and turn around, you're
Yep.
bending over, and
Taking in dick from a white
moaning,
slash Mexican
moaning.
transgender.
No, he was. Oh my God. Oh yeah. Like what the fuck? That was terrible. That was the worst. Yeah,
That's
Ray.
tragic as fuck, ain't it?
That was the worst.
Wow.
That I want to say that has to be the most craziest exposure ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
What,
That sounds pretty bad.
That was the craziest beef
what's the worst
period.
one you've seen, Shay?
The worst one that I've seen.
Yeah,
Outside
aside
of
from
that one. Outside of that one. Because I don't think you got one
The
worse than
worst,
that.
the worst one that I have seen and witnessed was Coon Squad against everyone else who didn't agree with Coon Squad.
Oh
with who?
God.
Coon Squad.
So
It was an
break that down for me.
So
No
Coon Squad
affiliation.
was Coon Squad was basically creating our own narrative. When you have a different opposition. I keep saying opponent. When you have an opposition to someone else's ideas, based off the black community. Black people need to stop fighting. Black people can't date this. And you're saying, hey, date who you want to date. But if you want to take care of your business with the black community, do what you have to do. Open up schools, do this, do that, do that. But you were considered a coon for saying that because I hope you don't get flagged behind the word coon. But you were considered a coon for saying that because you didn't agree with what they said. And it really wasn't anything too coonish about it. We had some coonish members, but it wasn't really too much coonish activity, but being who you want to be. If you feel like you need to move out the community and not stay in that situation, don't. If you feel like the fact that you're being targeted by the police is based off of you, and you can't shut the fuck up when they say be quiet or present your ID, you know, if you can't follow rules and you get beat up, then basically that's on you. And
Yeah,
I
that
feel
sounds real foolish. What? So what was the beef? What was going on with this beef?
so that was basically the presence of Coon Squad. Coon Squad was just like be your own person. As a black person, you don't have to be the RBG, and that's what was going on at that particular time. So Coon Squad got into beef with certain people who didn't feel the same way. If you had any kind of opposition to what they felt, you were considered a coon. So that's what happened. And it was a lot of beef behind it. I can go on and on if you want me to tell you.
Oh, okay. So let me ask you this then. What was the worst beef y'all been in? I specifically want to hear from Rain because I know some complete fuckery. And then
Oh.
after I get that, I also want to get the catfish story. The
The worst,
fine chick that everybody was fawning over and was mouth drooling over, and we come to find out she's this dark chick from Arkansas.
what? Who is that?
Y'all
Nigga,
done
that
lived
shit
some
hurt
lives on this
my
joint.
Talking
heart.
about.
And I couldn't figure out why she was catfishing as a
Wait,
light
wait,
skinned
wait,
chick.
wait. Who is that? Who are you talking about?
Yeah, I'm confused.
Uh, Remember, we all found out she was a chick from the Netherlands.
Mhm. Oh, he's talking about
Yeah, that chick.
Layla Seti Nim. The
And Nim, it was multiple catfish accounts. This motherfucker was a whole team of people.
Oh, the girl that was. Oh,
Was
so
verifying herself and everything, talking about, yeah, that's my cousin, that's my ex-girlfriend.
it was
Y'all bring up,
I'm
Clarissa.
gonna just say the
It
last
was
name
Clarissa.
Foster.
It was
yeah,
Clarissa.
Clarissa,
All right, it was
yeah,
It was
Clarissa.
and
I'm about to go get
her and
some
her
food, so
goons.
I'll be right back. But
Okay.
yeah, y'all is
Okay.
foolish.
I
I
Go
think
mean,
ahead, y'all
what
my
keep
are you
talking
talking
about it.
about? Isn't that who
um
it is or not?
yeah, that's who
Yes,
he's
yeah.
talking about.
Okay, that's
So break
awesome.
that down story there.
I don't
That
know.
you know
I didn't
what?
pay
I'm a
attention to it.
this is what happened. Um Shay, you remember when she started fucking with me after she was getting into it with Courtney, the light skinned Courtney.
Yep.
Um
I'm coming down.
she started arguing with me just back and forth, and you know how I am. I give you a good amount of rope before I just bring it back on your ass.
Good.
So,
Mhm.
Need that.
cause it was me, Hopi, and Avi, and a
Mhm.
few others in Petty Watch was received some information from somebody very petty that didn't like the bitch, and basically it gave like MySpace addresses, baby daddies. I was like, yikes. So remember I exposed all that, and they were dragging her, and Will got made a post about her twerking next to the trash can.
Lord have mercy.
Twerking next to a trash can. No, I
You
don't. I
remember I
don't
had
remember.
you don't
I don't
remember the
remember.
picture of Clarissa on the floor at 15? She had the little Kim pose, and her pants, her shorts was wet, and then she had another pose where she was
Oh
like
Lord.
twerking next to the trash bags.
The
Yeah,
trash can.
No, I don't
base.
remember that. I wasn't paying attention. Only time I paid attention to the Clarissa beef when she was fake flossing and shit is when you went live. That's when I went on your live.
Oh my
That's the
god.
only time I pay attention because I really don't really fool with these weird ass bitches because they be doing the most. They be over here flossing and shit. I don't have time for that. I don't have no patience.
Well,
But I
basically,
did hear about it.
uh, basically, we roasted. A lot of her stuff came out. She was kind of embarrassed because the whole group, as usual, RT manner, some fuckery was posted. She got flamed. She disappeared. I want to say 6 months to a year later, Clarissa comes back with those profiles, and they all supposedly know each other.
Oh Lord. Oh my God. Oh my
At that moment, I knew, but I
God.
didn't have no proof, and I didn't
Okay,
care
I
to have an
remember.
argument with her.
What was that
But of
girl
it,
name? She was cute. She was like from. She was cute, but then we found out she was from a different
Shani
country.
Paul,
Oh
Shani
my God,
Paul.
Shani Paul. That's her. Okay, now I remember. Come on, come through, honey.
Like that shit was crazy. Like we
Yeah,
were,
I,
I
Aunt did
remember
it.
that.
Aunt was mentioning it, but I think me when the profile, the Shandy Paul profile came for me and tell us with because they found the 2012 pictures of me. Okay, so they tried and people seen those pictures and I put out there that it was a old girl. She exposed her stuff because she didn't want to get caught up, and they had found the real profile.
Yeah, I remember that. But see,
And then
you can't be extra in RT because if you be extra, it's cool to roast somebody and be done. We'll chop it up with you, accept you on our friend list, all that shit. But when you get to the point where you got to be extra, let me find out who you are. Let me find out where you live. Okay, well, we'll clap back, and that's what happened.
you know
That's
what's
what
crazy? A lot of
happened.
people think that people be doxing them, but honestly, a lot of people in RT had really a lot of different beefs with people, and people would dox them and wait for somebody else to get into it with them and give
And
them
then
the
they send
information
you
so
the
they can roast them.
information. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
You
that's
don't know how
exactly
many
what they
times I
do.
got into it with somebody and somebody would hop in my inbox. I hate that bitch. Here's her pictures.
I've never doxed anyone. I never looked up anyone. And to this day, only thing I did was pay a fucking private investigator to dox some bitch. Because I don't have
The
the
only
patience
person
for
I
that.
ever Googled was I ain't gonna mention the individual name, but that was a crazy beef
I
too.
would never. Bitch, I don't have the time to sit up there and look you up. I ain't got the patience for that shit. I'll hire someone to do it for me. And I still haven't exposed man one of these bitches that I got information for. I won't do it.
All right, you heathen. What y'all talking about now? I had to go get my food. What are y'all
No,
talking
man,
I
they
was
beefing
telling
for real.
no, I think my most like craziest beef I had to have was fucking Deborah and damn. That shit was long. Cause and you know what? I blame Ant for that. I still blame Ant till this day. That
I
was all
don't know
Ant's
what
fault.
that was. That was the weirdest beef ever online.
about? What
She
did
was
you do?
mad cause me Nothing. She was just mad because Aunt was friends with me. Basically, Aunt put me, AV, and somebody else on his Facebook cover photo. That bitch blew a gasket. I was
She
like,
probably liked him.
she
Well, she
did.
did. Well, I've heard that she's doing good. I'm very happy about
Oh
that.
yeah, she is doing
And
good
she's
now.
she's staying off of social media, which is a good thing because she could be a hot mess on social media right now. And if she's doing good, more
But
credit to
boy,
this lady. Hopefully, she gets herself all the way together like she's doing. People grow up off the Facebook feed, but
oh yeah, but
yeah,
boy, she had to. I had to give it to her. I gave it to her so bad. Niggas made obituaries for her.
hello.
What did y'all do?
R.I.P.
Man, fuck that bitch. Like her, another individual. I'm not gonna say his name. Doxed her and sent me like the court documents of her losing her kids. Like she would act like she had her kids and she never did. And she messaged my husband
Whoa.
one. Wait,
So
she
baby
messaged
was
my
pretending
husband.
she had her kid and never had them.
She didn't have them. She didn't have
Pretty
custody
as
of
a
them.
picture.
And you know what? You know what made me go after her like that? She messaged my husband. Alvin,
That's
you
taking a
Yeah,
been
little too far.
she definitely did that. She
Dang, these
definitely
niggas be at war.
Yeah,
fam.
this is way too personal.
yeah,
When my
they get
husband woke me up
personal.
at 6 a.m. saying, "Who is this?" and it's never end, I was like, "Oh no, you gotta die now, bitch."
What was she
She got
saying?
treated every day. No, she just sent him like the emoji eyes, like you
She
know
was
how
trying to
niggas
get
do.
next to him, be on some
She wanted
foolish
to see
little.
if he was gonna respond, and if he would have responded, she would have took that back to the group, like, "Look, your husband cheats on you."
She was
No,
trying to get her ass out of you for real.
Yeah. All the time she was going through her own shit, getting knocked upside the head by her own
right.
fucking baby daddy. It was a hot mess, but it is
That's
what
the
it
crazy
is.
part. Like,
She got
she messaged
buried.
my husband.
She humbled herself.
She
Period.
humbled herself for real. Cause when niggas found that shit out, like, you can't fight that. You can't come back from that.
How can you? You are nothing else, bitch. You ain't got shit going for yourself. Which explains my next piece and how I
Go
got
ahead,
into this
Shay.
shit. All right,
Uh
so I was
These
really
niggas like they in
cool.
Matrix.
Yeah, I
I,
mean,
I was
bro,
really
this serious.
cool. I was a shit talker. I like to do my own thing. I always like traveling, going out to eat and shit like that. That's my style. That's who I am, and I'm not gonna change it. So, Sunshine got into it with this bitch. This bitch got into it with her and started doing it was like this big ass dragging situation. And I'm chilling. I become the bystander, the innocent bystander who they decide to attack. My lifestyle, what I had going on, who I am, what I got, all this shit became on display. Okay, so it's now about me. This particular bitch had some situations going on, and her whole entire sex tape got
This just went to a new level.
I
her
hate for it to keep
entire
happening.
These
her
Facebook groups be off the
entire
damn chain.
her
I
entire
just want to.
fucking. All right, go ahead, love bug.
I just want to
Okay.
say I actually like the person. I don't know why she don't like me at this point.
I liked her too. What the fuck? That's it just happened. It's weird shit. So anyway, so this bitch whole sex tape got exposed, right? So I'm over here like, well, that was her husband she was with. It is what it is, and blah 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 blah. And then all of a sudden,
These
boom,
women are
all this.
evil.
Wait a minute, that's her what that she was with?
That was
Her
her
husband.
husband.
Oh, husband, because I thought you said
Yeah.
cousin. I was gonna say what?
Well, I really don't know what to say as of now, as of
You
today,
thought it was
but
a whole nother level to the fuckery, huh?
I'm saying, John,
I
like
hate
we
this
really
shit
just
so
went to a new
much.
level.
it's always another level with this shit. So anywho, she got upset out of nowhere and tried to expose me and all this other shit. I haven't seen her, heard from her. It was another bitch right along with her. I'll talk about that bitch later, maybe, maybe not. Anywho, so she was all on me as a friend, and oh, I love you, Shay, girl. We gonna go out, we gonna hang out. Boom. One day when I was supposed to meet her in California, she decided to be an enemy of me and come after me, come after my kids. come after everyone. So 2 years later, she sent a message to my son, my older son, who's in college as we speak, saying that she was going to kill him and prostituting mother. However, me being a crazy prostitute mom, I have all my kids' handles on my phone. So fix the background noise. Sorry. Oh, that's you? Okay, thank you. Anyway, so I have all the handles on my phone, so I wasn't playing with this bullshit. So she sent a message to my son. I found out about it. And mind you, this is the same girl that I protected a few years before because her sex tape got released. I thought she was chilling and doing her own thing. She was a fan at one point. I was cooking in the kitchen on a little show, whatever, with a few views, 5,000 views here, 4,000 views there. You know, I'm just cooking, talking shit through a little channel. She was a fan. She was thanking me and saying how good I look and thanking me for being a friend of her. Now, see, I don't hold grudges. I'm a Capricorn.
Mm-hmm.
I don't hold grudges. So I let her go. Okay, it's all good. And then, boom, here she comes, sending messages to my son, trying to hate on me to another level, to the point of trying to send people who threatened to kill my kid my address. Working with another bitch who exposed her. It was pretty sad. I didn't understand the reason behind it. But I just kept on doing my thing because I really don't have a choice. Like I said, when I was at this point in life, I had one option. It was two options. I could have sank or swim. And I said I swam. And I'm at the shore right now. Bitch, I'm in the sun. But they want to keep coming for me. And I had to go ahead and say, hey, listen, here's these criminal charges. Everything that they accused me of doing, they were doing the same thing. Here are these criminal charges because I'm not going to play with you online. I'm not going to play with you offline. And you're not about to play in my face. So I'm going to hit you with a few charges real quick since you threatened my child. Because that's not the level of bullshit that I'm on. But this is the level of bullshit that they brought to me. You know how we just discussed? Insignificant people try to make themselves significant. And how they do that? They interfere with your lifestyle, what you got going on. Bitch, this ain't none of your business over here. All right? But since you decided to make it your business, I'm going to make it my business, and I'm going to file charges. And I did what I was supposed to do. And she got hit.
Now, what ultimately ended up having the baby?
Excuse me?
What ultimately ended up having the baby?
What ultimately
ended up happening to the girl?
Well, she ended up going to jail. I ended up getting in contact with her probation officer because I don't play this stupid ass threatening to kill me or my child's life. And she ended up going to jail.
So she threatened to kill somebody and then ended up going to jail? That what you said? I just want the audience to kind of notice that part.
She threatened to kill me. She threatened to kill my son. And I made sure that bitch went to jail. And I didn't murmur, peep, make a post about this bitch one motherfucking time. She had one time to fuck with me. And that was it. Because I'm not playing when it comes to my life. Or my kid's life. Like, we can leave it online, or you can go ahead where I'm going. Because you can't go where I'm going. I'm protecting me everywhere I go. This is chess, not checkers. And I definitely made sure I checkmated that bitch, period. And any other bitch that come into her light. I'm with these girls. She threatened me. I stuck up for her. I protected her. And I left her alone. I didn't even realize she existed until she hopped up on a live video that I was on, asking me about my boobs, about my life, about my home.
What's going on? I see Kev is on the show, and we got Chaos on. What's going on, y'all?
How you doing, sir?
Yeah, what's up?
Hi, Kev. How are you doing?
What's tonight's subject?
And
so basically, we talking about Facebook group, Facebook fields, because most of us met from a Facebook group. So being that we were in Facebook group, we've seen a lot of shenanigans, a lot of fuckery, a lot of people in their feelings, a lot of people take some beats to the ultimate extreme. So we just basically talking about that.
It seems like a lot of folks on Facebook be taking stuff real personal.
They do. They're miserable. Miserable. I never met so many miserable people in my life.
Well, like basically,
in my personal life, I've never met anybody more miserable.
Shay was basically just telling us about a chick who was mad over some Facebook shit that took it to the extreme and messaged her kid and threatened her kid, death to her kid and everything else.
And then she ended up having to put her in jail.
And that's one out of probably 3 that I got my foot on their neck on. But we'll discuss that another time. That's for another situation.
Now, me personally, I would never beef with somebody on Facebook like that. I did have a situation where somebody kind of got into it with me, and I was trying to figure out why they got into it with me, and I squashed the beef because, if you start beefing with people in real life, my thing is at the end of the day, somebody's gonna get killed. That's how I look.
Yeah.
Well, I'm saying if you come to my city, or I come to you, if I come to your city because I'm beefing with you, whatever happened to me, it's obvious I'm looking for it. If you come to my city looking for me, whatever happens to you, you came looking for it. And maybe it's different. Maybe it's a little bit different with women, but with men, somebody's gonna literally die. At least that's how I'm looking at it. You know what I'm saying? Because number one, I would never agree to do anything as far as like a fight or something online. I wouldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just telling the authorities that you finna involve yourself in criminal behavior. So I would never say that online. I'm not fighting you. I'm not welcoming you to come fight me. I ain't doing none of that. That's just me personally. But I think if you really came to my city to get me, I don't even think I would have to do something myself. I think I'm cool enough with enough of the right people that you probably not gonna make it out of my city, and I'm probably not gonna have to lift the finger.
Let me tell you, I had a whole fucking contract online about this bitch saying she gonna whoop my ass. Like, I'm gonna fight you, and we're gonna have a park fight. Like,
oh, you talking about Evelyn when she was trying to say?
Are you crazy?
I don't get. Yeah, I don't get all this tough behavior online. That's just me. I wouldn't promote none of this stuff.
The chick told her she was gonna whip Shay's ass. All she needed to do was sign a contract, and it was gonna be at the park, and it was indemnity. It was basically a legal contract justifying death if it was to occur in a one-on-one fight.
Well, that technically makes it legal because you're giving another person permission to hit you at that point.
Ain't no contract for no fight to the death in the park.
Who the fuck? That's no legal contract, you retarded ass bitch. First of all, I'm a CCW NRA member, bitch. I'm not about to sit up here and try to fight you in the middle of the park. Not only that, I'm a mother. What the fuck I look like fighting in the middle of the park if you got an issue with me and you want to make some money out of it? How about you show your ass up to court, bitch?
People is crazy.
That's why we have a court date.
Hello? Chaos, you there?
Yes.
All right. Have you come across any of these shenanigans? Anything to this level of foolishness online, Facebook, any of these groups, or are we just a weird group of people to you?
I don't know, man. I get invited to a lot of weird groups every probably month or two. I don't know which one's weirder nowadays. One person added me to some all separate group. Some chicks, showing their bodies. They can't get nude, but they, in another group, they're talking about some conscious shit. And the other group, it's going back and forth about men and women issues. So I get invited to a lot of unusual groups. So, I mean, I sometimes want to, have my own separate group.
Well, have you seen anyone get into like beefs online where they get into these levels where they want to take it from Facebook to reality? Because this sounds nuts to me.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. It's not no beef, but I have a good friend that he goes back. He don't go back and forth with females, but he puts some very good content. So he puts the question out there, and a lot of women didn't like it, so then they tried to get at him, attack him.
But see, that's different. That's completely this. What I'm talking about is real life weirdo online stalking. Like I
I'm
said,
a
I had
man. I don't know about these stalking things, man. Maybe like women like yourself, they a lot of dudes probably stalk you enough times on the online with dick pictures and stuff. But as a man, we don't get these pussy pictures, so I don't know about these things.
yeah. I don't post out pussy pictures. You know what I did online. I'm a model.
No,
I'm
no, I'm not talking about
obviously.
picture. I mean, like, if you're a woman, so you obviously, if they see your profile picture, unless you're on Facebook or wherever, social media, you see some of these dudes will go in there, go in your message box, try and hit you up. Hell, even go as far as a show of dick picture, which I'm not sure how they're gonna get anything doing that shit.
Yeah, I've had that a couple of times, but I don't have it too many. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, a lot of thirsty people out here, man. They just want attention. That's the
So
purpose
you
of it.
never experienced online drama.
I see people talk, but I don't know if I see what we call drama, to be honest with you. And I got like I said almost 2,000 friends on Facebook, I think I do a lot, so I don't know. But not really no serious thing. If y'all see drama, it's probably it's who you add as a friend on Facebook probably that might be the reason.
It's,
Hmm.
I I personally just don't see a reason to have beef with another person that I met online where it's got to be that serious that we make it into a real life thing. I don't even see the reason for that. You know.
I don't either. Me personally, I don't either. I mean, if I want to see you, I see you. Like I met Donnie plenty of times. We partied in Vegas plenty of times. We had a good time. I've met a lot of people, but it's never been to that point of beef, and I don't have. The crazy part is in my real life, I don't have any beef. I don't have any issues. No one sees anything wrong with me, but people online, and it's good to let them be where they are. But when they start constantly going into your life, trying to figure you out, and I'm even fine with that. But I literally had someone call to my real estate agency and say, "Hey, I'm this person. I'm this person. I'm him. I'm her. I'm this person in my front. I live in a gated community, armed guards at the front gate. You can't sneak in here. You know, I'm not trying to sound bougie, but that's literally where I live in Southern Highlands. So I had the same person pretend to be me and curse out the guards. You understand what I'm saying?
You had a person pretend to be you and curse out the guards.
She
Yes, I had
crazy.
a person
This the
pretend to be
same
me and
person
curse.
that was calling the other bro. Kev, you there?
Well, he
I'm here. I
was.
can vouch
I
for
don't
it.
see him now, but
All right, go ahead. You finish your story,
So,
baby girl.
anywho, so she called pretending to be me, in multiple occasions, and it never worked. And this particular person has an open case against her, but this is one of three that have open cases against them for harassing me based off of online situation, and it wasn't really that deep. It wasn't that deep at all. I don't hurt anyone to that aspect. My opinion
See,
is not even that. It's not even that significant because I say what I have to say, and I'm off the post.
well, it
all
was
of
to them. It
all
was
of
to
this
them.
runs back to my stern belief. Everybody need their ass for just one good time. Just a smooth kick in your ass. Cause you like people doing this shit ain't had their ass whooped. They don't know what it's like to be
Well,
popped in the mouth.
maybe they're abused. Maybe they have been abused too much. That's why they act the way they need to act, like for attention or something. You know?
I ain't gonna say maybe they've been abused. I would think. Then just my guess. If you ain't had a good whooping in your like, this sound like parental neglect. Like if you don't understand life has consequences and you're an adult, well, at least for men, women, some stuff is a little different, but as a man, I understand there's consequences to anything I do. So I'm not gonna be threatening no dude online and trying to meet up with this guy and all that because like I said, as men, somebody might die over that. You know, because
Mhm.
sometimes you
Mhm.
can't de-escalate stuff. Sometimes stuff get out of hand. You can't de-escalate it, and somebody ends up dead. Then you're feeling bad because somebody dead and all that type of stuff. And yeah, I try to stay clear of anything like that. If someone beefing that hard, and I don't even understand. how I can make you feel. So now I understand I've gotten into it with people where like people have taken little shots at me and I've taken little shots at them, but when it get to the point where I'm making you feel that bad in your heart that you got to come find me, you probably should just turn your computer off.
Yeah, that's the crazy part about that is that it's just one particular person that's playing puppet master to all these people, and this particular person is sitting back in the comforts of her own 2-bedroom apartment, laughing at it all, basing her misery off of roast. So if someone has a problem with you, then automatically she'll hop in their inbox. Let's go find this person. I'm gonna get them. We're gonna get them together. And they're stupid ass.
So she's bringing people together like she's Zordon from the Power Rangers and shit.
Yeah, for real. Like she will recruit people to hate on you, and she'll try to give them the same, you know, storyline.
That sounds so sad. I'm just saying.
I really wish that it was a joke, but I'm being honest with you. That's
the more you hear this shit, like it's crazy to me because you got to think it's a whole bunch of these dudes out here with nothing going on in their life but Facebook.
But so it really isn't a lot of them. It's a lot. It's just them with a lot of personalities, and they have like 20 accounts.
Maybe that's so too.
Yeah.
Because you got to think. So what I've done is I've added Chihuahua to the chat. So if he pops on, that's on him. He definitely got a ring on his end, so it notified him. He's gonna be upset about that shit. He ain't gonna do nothing but bitch and cry and complain. But this is an individual that.
Well, I spoke to him too, and I told him, you know, it is what it is. Let it be gone. There's no war to win. There's nothing going on. Honestly, it's just karma. Just so happens to be here, so just leave it alone.
But he can't let it the fuck go, and that's a personal problem on his. That's because he don't have shit to live for. This is a motherfucker who was mad at me because I stood up to him because he was trying to bully and fuck with everybody else, and I'm not finna be punked by you. Now, just like you said, you know, this motherfucker going to it. I'm of the mindset of if you're a man and I'm a man. And we got a real fucking problem, we got a real situation, then we could throw hands and walk away from the situation. I'm not from the we need to shoot it out school. I'm not from the we need to come and bring Sham, I need you to turn that down for me, baby.
I'm sorry.
But you know, we throw hands, and at the end of the day, you might walk away with a couple scrapes and bruises, but you took your manhood and you left with it. So I pulled up to a city. He was nowhere to be found, and he couldn't let that go. So he proceeded to stalk and harass me for multiple years. I as a man, how do you do that?
So basically, you pulled up on him, and he wanted you to pull up on him. You pulled up on him. He was nowhere to be found, and that was with you. But he continued to go.
He continued to cry and cry and cry and cry. And my whole thing is, if you really feel some type of way about it, I've given you my address. I've shown up to you to where you wanted me to show up to. Why didn't you come to meet me? You've had every opportunity to get your issue, but you don't want to get your issue. What kind of man are you that you want to keep crying about some shit, but don't want to do nothing about it?
Well, honestly, that sounds very obvious. If you as a man challenge another man, you know how men are, and we got egos for sure. When you challenge someone else's manhood, and the fact that you actually went to the location to get it settled, and he obviously didn't respond to you, for him to then attack you verbally through the internet. Well, I mean, technically it's not verbally, but to attack you with words after you showed up. That sounds. I don't want to insult the man. I don't know the brother, but it does sound very feminine. It sounds. You know, that wasn't a good look. I'm just gonna say that.
Well,
that wasn't a good look.
This is the same person who went to someone's alleged mother's house outside of the security gate and made a video outside of the security gate, knowing that this particular person was at work on the opposite 30 minutes away from where his parents lived.
Oh, I remember that shit. I was serious. Fuck that.
Yeah, so that's the same type of individual we're talking about. It has no substantive. It's
This
nothing there. It's
this
just
might have been the funniest shit I ever seen in my life. This nigga found out that homie was about 30 minutes away. Purposely drove over to a dude's mother's house, sat outside the gate. Now it's a gated community with armed guards, so he ain't really getting through with just no bullshit. He, he you can't make this shit up. This nigga was playing Mob Deep, Shook Ones. He was
Mm-hmm.
Mob Deep, Shook Ones,
Had his theme music on.
and was getting out the car talking reckless, talking about somebody can get hurt. I've never seen shit to, to this day that was more cartoon character like.
Well, my thing is that if you go through that trouble to be 30 minutes away from somebody, honestly, you can wait 30 minutes for them to get there and see you about it. That's how I look at that. You know, like, why didn't you just wait it out for real? You done went through all that trouble at that point. Why you just gonna make a video and that's it?
I think this particular person does stuff for his own like he. I'm trying to think of the name of this genre of movies. You ever seen Ferris Bueller's Day Off?
Mm.
And this motherfucker would turn and start talking to the camera. I think in his mind, he's got a studio audience watching him do this fuckery, and they cheering him on for this fuckery. Because ain't nobody else seeing it the way he sees it.
Well, that might be true. If he made all that effort, that just might be true.
On a 24-year-old's mother's house, a 24-year-old man's mother's house, this nigga pulled up playing Mob Deep, Shook Ones. So that give you a little bit of an estimation on his age.
my thing is that's a tough looking move if you actually go through with it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I'll put up on your mama house, I'll pull up again, nigga. All you gotta do is say the word. Yeah, that look tough, but when you don't finish it out, that look like you're clowning.
Because he's a fucking clown. That's why. Because he's a fucking clown.
He said that's a tough looking move, nigga. That's gangster as fuck.
Yeah, if you mean it. Yeah, it's gangster if you mean it.
If that's all it is, my friend.
Yo.
Then let's keep dancing. That's clown. You're a fucking clown.
Yeah.
Nigga.
Then let it go. Like, what the fuck are you still
No, see, my thing is, if you gonna play that gangster, to do something that gangster, you kind of have to go through with it at that point. Like, you can't drop the ball after you do that one. You can't be looked at nothing else but a clown.
So, okay, so how do you go through with it?
No. If you pull up on a man's mama house, you have to see that man. You can't hide it.
Okay, all right.
You can't hide no more. You done did it. You done did it.
It is what it is. Right, that part.
This nigga was playing the most gangsterous version of whack-a-mole that's ever been played.
That was like
he popped up.
That was like the 90s version of Tekken 2. That was Tekken 2.
He set out that motherfucker house talking about some. Yeah, we can touch your family.
No, I mean, think about it. If you saw something like that in the movie, it's real tough because, you know, in the movie they gonna come see that nigga for real because that's gonna happen in the movie. It is tough.
I knew it was whack when he knew that this particular person was at work and not there, and instead he sat outside of.
Both these niggas was on live. This man was standing outside, and you could see the crossroads of where he was at. This nigga went the opposite direction.
I mean, I'm just trying to keep it real. That look real tough if you go through with it.
Yeah.
If you go through with it, that's gangster. I give you props all day long. All I can say is that nigga was gangster for real. He showed a nigga.
He was a killer.
He showed a nigga. But yeah, when you don't go through with it, oh man, you can't hide after you do that.
He didn't have enough gas money to get to where this dude was at. So
yo, this shit was.
So he went to.
No, you can let him come to you. See, once you that gangster, I'm at your mama crib. I know you know where your mama live. All you got to do is wait.
This particular person didn't want to wait. He knew that this.
Nah, you got to wait after you do that. You can't do that and not wait.
He sat outside of there, the motherfucker, knowing that this dude was on live, saying he was at work, but instead he's outside this dude's mama house, outside the gate, the guarded gate, armed guard gate. outside of the gate. I'm talking about on the opposite side of the gate. Talking
And,
shit.
and let me tell you how cold this nigga felt about this shit. This is the nigga,
Lame ass nigga. Oh, lame.
the nigga took the video and chopped the video. He chopped the video up and was making it like it was trailers for a small film.
Yeah, did he have like music behind the shit?
Oh, nigga, it was shook ones, nigga. Oh, like nigga, what? Nigga, you really put up motherfucker?
He didn't prove he was gay. He proved he might be a little creative, but that's not proving he's gangster.
I told this little lame ass nigga to do something with his creativeness, but instead he's fucked up for 3 years.
I mean, 50 Cent said it in the song. Well, he said a line about somebody looking for him. He was like, well, I'm just shoot up your mama house and let you come look for me. Like, that's gangster when you mess with a man's mama. But it's like you got to finish that out. You can't pull up on it where the man mama is.
You can't mess with no one's mom and you're sitting outside of a guarded gate on the opposite side of the street.
But I'm saying you send a message just by going to his mama's neighborhood. But after you go to his mama's neighborhood, you are not allowed to hide at that point. You're not allowed to hide.
You can't.
You said the nigga can't play Western.
There's no more of that shit. Just be who you are and say where you at. Let's handle this shit. The fuck is this ghost bullshit, you retarded ass nigga?
This nigga calls himself the ghost because he can't
be
found.
Because you can't be found. Looking at your baby mama like you can't find her.
Oh shit.
You know what? That's a real clever thing to say when you talking stuff and can't nobody find you and all that, but you gonna actually pull up like you a ghost that just appears out of nowhere. That's real tough. But again, once you go to somebody's mama house, you can't hide at that point. You not tough if you hide after you go to their mama house.
Nope.
That don't even make sense.
Not at all. But I mean, he's obviously tough online.
Once you go to
tell you that nigga
fucking YouTube, it can't go that far either because I refuse for you to say my name.
That nigga.
You're next. Told you to stay in your fucking place, bitch.
That nigga's so gangster.
And that's why I would never try to come on any type of social media and try to play that tough role because somebody gonna test you eventually. It don't even make sense.
There's no point in being tough online. I mean, there's so much going on in the real world. You got real killers out here, people planning to bomb churches and schools. Like, who the fuck want to pretend to be tough online? Online to get you nowhere.
That nigga's a real killer.
If you want to be a hero,
with him.
if you want to be a superhero attacking villains, bitch, try that shit outside.
See, my thing is, I don't even know how you threaten somebody after you go to somebody's mama house and then you go ghost. Like, how did anybody else ever believe you at that point? Like, if a nigga threaten you and you've already been to somebody else's mama house, how do you take his threat? Like, you can't believe it. Like, bro, you'll go all the way up to the point of coming to my mama house, but you're still not gonna do nothing. Like,
and that's why he's mad because no one believes him.
This is
the same nigga that said he was gonna go ahead and stick me guns for my own child, like I own 14.
Yeah, I ain't getting that. That was it was clever. I guess it was creative. I give him that creativity. It was some creativity in that.
All right, so that's three. That's about 3 tomatoes. Boo! It's a bad movie. Boo!
This nigga has said some shit that made me actually really rethink my life.
Yeah, he's a dope dude.
He said some shit to me, and it was online. He was like, "Ooh, I'm diabolical." He was like, "When I kill you,
you talking about him?
Angels will look at you. The angels will look at you and say, who sent you here?' And you will respond with the most evil man." And I'm like, God damn, like, nigga, what is wrong with you? Nigga,
that's schizophrenia.
I copy and pasted it. This is some shit that Christopher Walken said from a movie once. I said, "Nah, nigga, we're done here."
That's schizophrenia.
Hey, what's up, guys? Can y'all hear me?
Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
Are you alive? Let me check your pulse.
Yeah, Yeah, I'm good. Just listening. My voice is a little down, but just glad to be a part of the discussion.
Well, thank you for coming apart. We're having a good time right now. Talking shit.
Okay.
That's all we're doing, just talking shit. There's no real subject, I guess.
So y'all talking about the champion of burritos and tacos and
What?
You know what?
No.
Kev sound like
He's been working in the restaurant industry.
Kev, you sound like what somebody should look like after they go to somebody's mama house. Like,
Okay, good point.
you can't go to nobody's mama house and then hide. Like, you supposed to whoop somebody.
Nigga, you a killer. Nigga, you a cold ass killer. Nigga, you a killer ass killer, nigga.
You know what? Maybe I should stop making fun of this. I don't even know who we're talking about. And then maybe he might be mad at me and he might come to my mama house or something.
that man gonna go background.
Get your ass out of here, Kev. I don't got time for you.
Yeah. Don't come to my mama house, please. Please don't come to my mama house, okay?
Man, I'm gonna sit in your living room do that shit. Drinking tea, cracking jokes.
The nigga is a killer ass killer nigga. I'm telling you, this nigga gonna pull up on your mama house, nigga, and you gonna be crying. Playing Mob Deep, nigga. Ain't no such thing as
Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here.
Halfway crook ass.
Now, I mean, I'm sorry, but it's just in my heart, man. You can't talk tough to people like that and then go to their mama house and then hide. Like, that's just against all type of code. Like,
I agree.
Yeah. Where they do that at?
They do that in Jersey, apparently. This
in New Jersey, I guess.
Nigga you've ever never heard of.
Yeah. I don't even think they do that in Jersey. He's some.
You would think this nigga is John Wick the way
he's some type of creature that was just from the nothingness of sewer spit.
That motherfucker John shit.
Bro, I don't want no beef, bro. Whoever you is, I don't want no beef, man.
Let this nigga tell it. This nigga, he was the nigga who trained the Punisher. He was the nigga who trained the Punisher. I'm telling you, let this nigga.
I'm just saying, man. I don't want nobody to pull up at my mama's house.
With my experience in the restaurant industry, I came across a mercenary.
Jesus Christ!
I trained them on the fry.
Now I got to sit here and explain why people looking for my mama.
Listen, your mama gonna be like,
please don't tell me that shit. I'm not gonna believe it. I already know.
It's a creepy nigga and a minivan outside where the kango plays. Playing Mob Deep. Man, you got me into.
Man, this is the one conversation I didn't ever think I was about to have with anybody. Right?
Oh shit!
This sounds like something out of a comedy, man. Like you.
Picture this.
We gonna pull up on his mama,
and it's the nigga outside your mama house in a minivan playing Halfway Crooks by Mob Deep. He's blasting Shook Ones at the top volume that a 93 minivan can do.
Hey, you know, I don't care what you say. I'm gonna give him credit. That was gangster. It absolutely was gangster. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna take that part away from him. That part was gangster. And had he went through with it and actually met somebody, he could have lost that fight, and I still give him props. You can't be that gangster and then not show up. That don't make sense.
Man, I'd be like, man, get your ass out of here before you get impaired.
Get your, look at this little, first of all, get Kev off the
Right, this nigga is furious. He's listening to this and he's furious.
Right, he came with a bad voice like I can't even allow
it. And mad as fuck.
That nigga upset.
Oh my God! What did you deal, Brandon? I
That
can't stand
motherfucker.
this motherfucker. First of all, he's like,
That
I'm not
motherfucker put
saying
that.
shit. What did
That
you do,
motherfucker
Brandon?
shit in the Facebook group.
I mean,
Oh
that's
my
a
god.
crazy kind of beef, man. That's
He
I'm the Mighty
the
Morphin
coldest shit ever is he
vagina
posted the
of
video,
Vegas.
and he really thought he was on some thug life shit. Like, yeah,
Oh my
you
god.
know, motherfucker, talk that shit.
bro.
We
He,
get your
he was like, this is my perception of it. He was gangster for just like that kid that threatened you talking about wait till after school. You know what I'm saying? Like wait till 2:30. Like that's how I'm thinking about
nigga, your
this.
heart started
Nigga,
pumping.
The
wait
last
till
you asked me to
2:30.
wait till 2:30, I'll beat this bitch ass.
Said your
Yeah.
heart started pumping,
Okay.
nigga. Oh hell
Nigga
no.
talk all through
I'm
school
done.
talking about nigga, I'ma see you at 2:30. Then 2:30 come up. No, can't nobody find this nigga. Nigga, wait till 2:30. You talking all that tough stuff. Wait till 2:30, nigga. I'ma see you.
And tell him when he get off work tonight.
229. This nigga was the first one on the bus.
In a bus. He walked fast as a bitch. He walked fast as a
The nigga was the first one on the bus
Reggie and
in
his
the
ass
very
wallet.
back,
Just kept walking.
tucked down underneath. Nigga, where he go? Nigga, we was looking for a fight. That nigga on the bus, he ain't ready. He almost home.
I'm sure you better not can tell you.
Oh,
Right.
nigga, did this nigga mama call out? He called him out early, nigga. What is he?
He went home and went behind.
Period,
He
nigga.
went home.
He had
No,
three
he
more
went home and
periods
went
left.
behind the keyboard. He
Oh,
went behind the keyboard. He went home and went behind the keyboard.
You lucky I had an orthodontist appointment today. Nigga, you don't have great your teeth are straight.
But people clocking him. Get the fuck out of here.
That's all I can think
Clocking
about,
him.
man. That's what he sound like to me now. He the kid that's talking about wait till 2:30.
No, and then this nigga sit up here saying we're stalking him. On my life. But weird shit. Weird ass nigga. You're stalking me.
Oh Lord have mercy.
Leave me alone. I'm gonna beat you. I'm gonna try to bother you, but leave me alone.
You just have to hear this nigga talk. I've never seen a nigga who brags about the most nothing is shit. That is like this nigga went on a tirade against a chick. Now she a fuck up. But she was like 24, 25. This nigga is flexing a minivan on a 24-year-old chick who live at home with a mama and got a kid. He like, yeah, you don't know nothing about this. I got the remote start. This nigga starts up the
on a live video.
Starts up the minivan on a live video on some balling shit like he on MTV Cribs. Starts up the minivan, goes over to the minivan. Just to let you know, first off, this is an off-market minivan, a remote start that he got, and the shit ain't even high quality because he can't open the door with the key. He has to stick it in manually, twist, unlock that bitch, and then get in. He like, yeah, you see that? That's a VTEC engine right there. That's that Honda VTEC.
That's a VTEC.
He took that. He did that video too early. If he'd have waited till 2:30, he'd have had that automatic lock working.
Oh, he said, "Wait till 2:30. Buy here, pay here, ass motherfucking nigga." Get out of my face. But he's trying to shit on my whole lifestyle. Like, oh, this bitch paid off her car in 2015. Yes, I paid it off 2 years ago. I don't have car notes.
Meanwhile, he in a 2006 minivan that he been run over in, stunting.
Tell him if he'd waited till 2:30, that lock would have popped open when he turned that engine on.
A whole bunch of file shit.
I remember.
That shit's so sick.
Dude got a YouTube show. Dude used to be on a YouTube show bragging about the dumbest shit. Yeah, I drive a minivan. It's the #1 car in Jamaica. Nigga, what? Nigga, we don't live in Jamaica.
Well, you can't talk about his minivans. Remember, you drive a Ford. You can't talk about minivans because you're not in the BMW.
Yeah, that's right. I drive a Ford Fusion hybrid. So my new hybrid doesn't stack up to that old ass BMW.
Yeah, you can't talk about that. So
I ain't got the juice for that.
yeah, you don't have the juice. You gotta get the juice, you know.
Y'all better call y'all mamas tonight, though. Real talk.
She gonna get you. She
Call
gonna
my
get
mama
you. She
for
gonna
what?
get you.
Yeah, I love your mama. I love your mama. Please.
Say, baby, there's some weird old man outside. He's sitting in the
My
middle of
mama,
the
the
table.
motherfucking me.
Baby, what's you doing to this nigga sitting outside my house, baby? He's playing. Ain't no such thing.
Nigga,
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. This nigga
please,
was
Jordan.
super
Baby.
tough in real life.
Nigga,
Why is
Yeah,
he
I
sitting
didn't press the
outside?
guard.
He got a Kangol on, baby. But that
That was
Kangol
never
look like it
happened.
say Wendy's on it. I don't know where you get a Wendy's Kangol from.
Wendy's.
Who?
Oh, that's their special edition, mama. They did that for the employee of the month at Wendy's. You got a Wendy's Kangol, mama. Oh, okay. What's he doing outside?
He's trying to fight his mama. He wanna fight the mama.
Oh, this
Man,
is a
I'm
grown
sorry.
ass man.
I'm going to remember this for about the next 20, 30 years. I'm going to be telling grandkids about a story I heard where a
Life is
nigga went to
good.
somebody's mama house. And then he
Oh
hid.
my God.
Like, you can't hide after you go to somebody's mama house, man. I'm sorry.
that nigga hid.
He
That
became
nigga hid.
mute, and he gave himself the nickname
He
Ghost.
hid.
Nigga became quiet.
I mean, he was extra gangster for 30 minutes. Because dude lived 30 minutes away. So, like, for them 30 minutes, oh, that's extra gangster. Real talk.
I'm telling you, this nigga trains the niggas that trains the niggas that trains the niggas to kill.
Bunch of hardcore
The dude got a seat.
time on their hands.
And y'all
Man,
see, he went live. He went live in front of old boy mama house. So he told him he had a special set of skills.
behind his community, knowing that this person was at work 30 minutes away. He's a gangster.
No, I mean, it sounds so tough. Because if I told this to my friends, nigga, this nigga went to this dude mama house, dog. I'm telling you, this nigga called him while he was at work. Like, come on, nigga, as soon as you get off work, I'm here waiting, nigga. It sounds extra tough up to that.
Yeah, the sad part is this nigga was there for literally 30 minutes and left. That's the sad part about it.
No. If I tell the part about he left before dude could get home, that don't sound so tough.
Yeah, he left way before dude got home.
Niggas an assassin, y'all. You laughing? You laughing? Roger, baby, watch this man.
Oh, don't worry, he's about to pull your whole record up right now.
Roger, baby, what is going on, Roger, baby? There's a man outside my house, Roger, baby.
Nah, I'm sorry. He was gangster for a good 30 minutes. I'm sorry. He was gangster for at least 30 minutes.
And he right back out.
Oh, this sounds like a movie. A 30-minute gangster.
Man, what? Hey, what happened after 30 minutes? What happened after 30 minutes?
He went home.
This nigga went home. This nigga went home and edited up that video to make it look so cold, crisp, and
He
tough.
went home and posted like 5 videos about it.
You would have thought he killed 45 people while he was there.
I'm just saying though, when y'all for a person like myself, because I ain't know nothing about him, but if a person like myself and I saw a video, nigga talking crazy outside of your mama house, I know good and well if I just be cool for the day, just do what I got to do, I'm gonna be able to come back and I'm gonna see the updated video about what went down, at dude mama house. I know that's coming. You know what I'm saying? I know that's coming.
First of all, being a real nigga, you wouldn't show up at nobody's mama house to exactly where they're at.
Man. But let's get this straight.
You skip the whole process of going to him and went straight to his mama.
No. You know what? I'm gonna let that slide. only because I feel you trying to be extra gangster, like I'm gonna whoop you in front of your family. So I'm gonna let that part slide. But I know if I see this like early in the morning one day, and let's say I go to work or something, I'm gonna put my 8 hours in, and I'm gonna feel good because I know it's a part two coming to this. Like I'm not gonna have a bad day. I can't wait to see this part
what you
two.
said is with him going that so fucking far out the line of regular normal nigga shit, you got to see a response.
Yeah, ain't no more ghosts. Ain't no more being quiet. You gotta
Yeah, yeah.
It's like they.
Well, you gotta come to Vegas.
There's no way that cannot be unanswered.
Yeah, you can't do that. Then don't finish that. Like no, you can't do that. Yeah.
Oh shit.
That's crazy. That's crazy. That's like having the whole wedding set up and a nigga not showing up at the end. Like that's what that's like. Your family is there, friends is there, people got gifts and all that. Then you don't show up at the altar. That's what that's like, man. You can't just do stuff like that. Once you go to somebody's mama house, man, you got to finish that. I'm sorry.
That's before dishonor, though.
What happens if you piss on their mom's step?
No, that's extra gangster. When you finish it up, that's extra gangster. You was really about it. You was really about it.
What if it was raining that day?
Bro, ain't no excuses after you do all that. Ain't no excuses, man. You can't talk about nothing. The only way you get out of that if you can say my kid went to the hospital, so I left, but I'm coming back to see you, nigga. Like that's about the only thing I can think of that gets you out of that. You can't leave that. No, you done threw the gauntlet down now. You got to finish that up. I'm sorry. No.
Oh. All right, so what would you do?
First of all, I wouldn't did all that. If this is just my thinking. If I'm gonna really get into it with a nigga like that, I'm not finna be talking all that stuff online so I can get arrested after it's over with. No. Look, bro, we'll talk about this offline. Period. And to me, that's how you know it's serious. When you start letting niggas know, man, I ain't trying to get in all that. We'll holler about my number is this. This my number. Call me, nigga. We can get this figured out. And that's about it. I ain't putting nothing online. But if I was the type of person that was gonna go to somebody's mama house and play the dance or whatever, I'm gonna be there when you get off work. I'm gonna be ready to brag how I went to your mama house, let you get off work.
Be there, nigga.
Yeah.
Time, nigga.
No, if I'm doing all that, I got to go all out with it, nigga. I'm at your mama crib. I'm gonna be cool. I'm gonna be chilling right here when you get off work. You don't even need to leave early, nigga. Finish your day. Make sure you have a good last day at work, cause I'm about to
kill him when he get out work tonight.
You ain't gotta worry about me. You gotta worry about my mama.
Don't get a big booty Brendan, nigga, and shoot your shot, nigga. Get all out your system.
Yeah, I'm saying do whatever you got to do, but when you get done doing whatever it is you got to do, go get you a good lunch. You know what I'm saying? Get you a beer if you need to. Do whatever you got to do. But after it's all over with, nigga, you got to come see me because that's what it means. If you sit outside somebody's mama house, you got to come see me. Right. You can't do something like that and don't finish it. I'm sorry.
Well, we didn't finish it at all.
Bro, why you can't? My thing is, you was gangster in public. Like you didn't do this in private. You was gangster in public. No, you got to finish that.
Man, does this video still exist?
Oh yeah, I got the video. Hold on, let me see. Actually, I might.
He's so fucking whack. This dude is whack.
Might have a video.
I told him to stay in his lane. He didn't want to listen.
Hey, I heard he produces his own music though.
He do something. He definitely do something because he definitely put on a movie that day. Like,
let me see if I got the video. If I got the video, what's on the top now? I think about
it. Man, I heard this man got a seafood.
I heard this nigga got a lot of time on his hands, and he needs to find something to do.
I mean, like somebody train this man to fight though.
Oh man!
Honestly, if I didn't hear the second half of this story, I could believe just about anything about this brother. If I didn't hear the second half of the story, You know what I'm saying? If I did not know he
told
went
me-
into hiding after going up to somebody's mama house,
Yeah.
he told me all kind of stuff, and
He been into hiding. He's
Yeah.
been into
This
hiding.
nigga had
Think
a
nobody can
10-minute
find him.
conversation talking about
That's the
how he
funny
knew
part.
Chi. He could fight with Chi, and he beat up 3 people who redirected their Chi and using it against them. I can't make this shit up.
Man, you'll get your ass out of here.
I'm just saying, from the outside looking in, and somebody told me about this, and I did know that he went into hiding. I'm like, yeah, nigga, I heard nigga was talking crazy on the nigga went to his mama house, dog. Like, you
But
know that
what if I told you this is chess, not checkers, and you told me it was pinnacle?
This man is
I'm asking a legit question. If I said this is chess, not checkers, and you say you're gonna play pinnacle,
and
for 9 cards, and you're gonna throw the Uno check, and I say this is chess, not checkers, and you want to play cards.
Man, honestly, when you go to somebody's mama house, to me, like, you attack the queen. You know what I mean? Like, ain't no getting around it at that point. It just got real. That's how I'm looking at it.
The pawns are gone.
I found it.
The pawns don't even exist anymore.
Yeah, like, it's real now. Like, ain't no way to. It's no way to turn this. You can't turn this one off. Like, it's this like lighting fire. You can't unlight that fire.
Hold on, let me see. I might have found a video. If I find a video.
So you get rid of the pawn, and you attack the king. And hello, queen.
Man, my thing is, if you willing to go to somebody's mama house, you willing to make a sacrifice move, anything, you know, like you will put your rook in jeopardy to get this checkmate at that point. You know what I mean? Like,
that's all been happening. Putting people in jeopardy just to get a checkmate and still can't win one. So sad.
Man, this dude.
All the pawns have been put in jeopardy. I'm talking about losing jobs, going to jail, and yet you still want to play.
Man, they nigga trying to prove something on Facebook.
Yeah, that's why I would never try to be for somebody online. Like, real talk, I'm not gonna do that. If you tough, be tough in real life. Don't be tough over the internet. You know, don't be tough over the internet. It don't even make sense.
It don't make no sense at all. Just be real.
I found the video.
Leave it alone.
So what I'm about to do is
found the video
to myself.
It's a little bitch.
There was 2 videos in particular. This one is a chopped up version. This was only about 1:43. The other one, this nigga was really standing out. Like, I can't make this shit up. He was standing outside, like, for a good couple minutes, talking like, yeah, you want to play games? We can play games. We can reach out and touch somebody.
Hey, who's he directing this toward?
Castro.
Oh, man.
Well, you know, at that point, I would have believed him. I would have believed him all the way up to that point. It's only the fact that y'all told me the nigga went into hiding that the story fell apart. Like, at first, I'm like, this nigga about that rah-rah.
He was in hiding before then, but he really went into hiding after that. So.
Like, yo, this
no, but I'm saying you could tell me a nigga was really hiding, but once you told me he went to somebody's mama house, I know it's on. Like, there's no way for me to think that it's not on at this point. Oh, I know it just got real now.
It was never on.
Yeah.
It was never on. It was never.
Never nigga been harder than that nigga there.
Yeah, nothing. Just a whole bunch of insignificant background checks for $29.99 a month.
Y'all don't. Well, maybe y'all don't have the type of friends I have. Because I'm telling you, if I seen a video like this, I'm gonna call like 3 of my best friends. Like, nigga, check this video out. And I could go through a whole work day. Couldn't wait to get off so I could see this part 2. I'm ready for this part 2.
Well, fuck him. He asked for it. Fuck him.
Fuck.
Kev, I'm bourbon drinking ass, whiskey drinking ass. He said, fuck him. This is the point. This nigga made a video outside of somebody's mama house, knowing that person wasn't there, and continued to harass this person amongst anything that he ever wanted to do in real life.
Man.
All he had to do was sit there That's all he had to do. So that's why it looked so bad on him. All he had to do was sit there and wait for dude to get off work. He ain't had to do nothing. He could just relax and chill. Like, I'm totally relaxed at your mama house. That look extra tough as it is, because I know good and well the fact that I'm at your mama house, so she's technically in a threatened position, and I know you ain't gonna do nothing about it. Like, you'd have been better off just hoping dude didn't come to his mama house. He would look better doing that.
But instead the dude went to work. He went out to eat, went to work, and got off work with no bother at all. His mama didn't know this nigga was outside his house. His sister, cousin, he didn't even know.
That man could have been a man. That man could have been a street worker. They would have never known.
Do y'all old enough to remember when the Matrix, right? Y'all old enough to remember the Matrix, right? Now remember they put out part 2, Matrix Reloaded, right? And then like 6 months down the road, they put out the next one. This is basically telling me like we got all the way to the Matrix Reloaded, and in 6 months we supposed to be able to see part 3, and part 3 never coming out. That's what this.
Basically, that's exactly what it is. That's the sad part. That's exactly what it is. It never came out, never will.
Yeah, that's what this feel like to me. How do you get that tough and then hide? I just don't understand that. Cause I give him credit. The thought about it is tough. Nigga, I'm gonna go to your mama house when I know you at work. You can't do nothing about this. I'm really finna clown you. That's a tough thought. You know what I'm saying? That's some real tough guy stuff.
That man feet ran out of confidence.
I think it was ego. That wasn't confidence. We're gonna go back to ego versus confidence.
Talking about having kung fu and can whoop ass, redirecting chi. I'm telling you, this nigga be on one.
And they let down the seafood.
In either case, so at this point, what would you do with this particular person?
Man,
well, you can't never take that guy seriously. He got to do something to be taken seriously at this point. Like there's okay, so you came to my mama house already. Like, okay, so if you done came to my mama house already, like you can't come back to my mama house and I feel threatened. Like,
well, I'm back here. I'm here again. You don't want these problems. You don't want that smoke.
Man, I don't know what
I don't even know how you recover from that. Like, you really just you got to go really whoop somebody to recover from that.
Man, you can't, man. It's no way.
Yeah, because I'm thinking even if you did actually get up with somebody's glamour, I'm still gonna bring up the fact that. But remember that time you went to old boy mama house?
Yeah.
It looked like Kane whooping your ass on that table.
Dude's life is a series of fucking L's.
There we have it. That's what you know. So it's time to
and
that's just the surface. Imagine all the other L's that he collected. It's been
that man is the embodiment.
Yeah. Just let it go. Time to give it up.
That man is a crying Jordan.
Oh my God.
That's his life.
Crying Jordan meme. That's definitely, that's that. But anyway, so that's what I've experienced within my online beef drama. I don't have any drama in real life. I live a very good and comfortable life, and with good friends, good energy. So I don't. But online is different.
This is like an episode of When Keeping It Real Goes Wrong. Yeah, see that?
The nigga took every L that you can take, imaginable.
I don't know how many L's you can take. You want to be a group whatever. I don't know. Like, it's just bad. I just wish you just give up.
Maybe he don't have a good sense of real life, because I'm trying to figure out, because something in him has to know what he looks like at this point. Because you don't went to the man mama house,
don't realize
that's a false ego. So when you think that you are better than what you really are, you have this false entitlement that goes along with the false ego. So you think that you're.
My thing is, like, I know you gotta have some kind of friends somewhere, and you told them. Well, I mean, if you had any kind of friend, and you told them,
They're brought together by stupidity.
Yes, absolutely. So would you lose your job based off of this
Welcome to
stupidity?
my.
Would
Yes,
you
it
would you
do.
lose your job? Would you put yourself in a position where you have a very good paying job, a secure position,
Yes, it
and
me.
you lose it based off of
You are
entertainment
people
purposes?
group.
Would you put yourself in that position?
I would definitely try to avoid that any way I could. Like I don't,
And
I
look, I
don't
think
would never want to put my job up for somebody to make me lose it over some stupid stuff. No, I wouldn't promote anyone to do that. No, not at all. Not at all.
you talk.
So
It don't even have to.
if your friend was in this position and like this show, like say for instance if it was Donnie and Donnie was in a position where he could possibly lose his job, what would be your advice for him if
I'd
he
be
was?
like, dude, relax. It ain't even that serious. It ain't worth it. Real talk. It ain't worth it, man.
What you doing, Shane? You wrong. You going to hell. It's funny as fuck.
I'm just
Going to
asking. I just want to know.
No,
hell.
now honestly,
No, you know what?
I'm seeing a conversation in my mind that that dude got to know somebody who know about this tape, and I see that other guy saying, "Dog, you went to his mama house. You got to finish this now." Period. That's what I see in my head. It's some
Oh
nigga
no,
that told him. Maybe it's
her
his
terrible
cousin.
ass talking about a whole nother dude who got
No,
fired.
I know she was talking about something else, but
Okay.
I'm just saying I ain't letting this go. Cause in my mind,
Nah, this one slipping pie. Bye. Nah, this one got to be talked about.
in my
Something
mind, I see somebody telling nigga,
has to happen.
nigga, you been to his mama house. You can't let this go. Oh Lord have mercy. Folks crazy out here. People need to relax. That's all I can say. People just need to relax.
You know what would relax people the most is just minding your own fucking business. That just goes so far. You know how happy people are who mind their own business. Have
Oh
you
man.
seen the holiday photos, bitch? Yeah, all that fun stuff where people just have fun taking selfies with their family who's minding their own business, opposed to somebody who's minding someone else's. You can't have fun minding someone else's business, bitch. That shit doesn't satisfy you. How could it? How could it satisfy you opposed to enjoying the moment? I don't understand. Minding someone else's business, riding on their wave, you're only going to sink. It's sink or swim. You remember the conversation I had before this? You have
Hmm.
options. It's sink or swim. Riding someone else's wave, you're going to drown. You can't swim on their wave. Before I drown
This
on
is
my
wild.
wave, I'm going to kick you off. You got to go.
So
Sink or swim.
listen, at this point,
Sink or
I
swim.
can't. I can't do like we're gonna have to take this to another night. But this was a beautiful conversation. We gotta have more of these. But I'm gonna end the show, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna post that video. I want to thank everybody for calling. My computer cut out, so the show's gonna end real briefly. Does anybody want to say, send a shout out to their channel before we go?
Well, send us out to Couture Kitchen. You can definitely look forward to a lot of different ideas. We're going to have an app very soon within the next few months. We have Kitty Couture and Kitchen Couture. We're doing a whole lifestyle video based off the CBD for certain products. So be sure to check us out within the next month or two at Couture Kitchen. I'm Shayla Faye, very opinionated, but I love you all. Good
All
night.
right, Raj,
All
you want
right.
to chat?
This is this is Roger Stevens, and I'd like everybody to check out the Roger Report. And I don't know who it is I'm laughing at, but bro, please don't come to my mama house. I don't want no beef. I don't want to have to explain this to her. None of that. I don't want to have to talk to my cousins to try to squash all this beef and nothing. I ain't got nothing personal against you. It's just a story about some nigga I don't know. That's all it is. So please don't bother my people, man. I got a few people in my life that ain't gonna want to let that go. So I don't.
What did I just watch?
Yeah, I don't encourage nobody to beef
Oh my
anything
god.
online.
Oh my god.
Kev, you got your final.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
You
What
know
did I
what?
just
My
watch?
final word is: can we all just get along? Can we all?
Y'all just get along. I don't even want to get along.
Oh
Can you just let
shit.
motherfuckers live their lives, Bye.
Yeah.
I want to get along with you. If you don't want to get along with me, I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bye.
this was hilarious to me. That's all I can say. But I don't want no beef. I don't know who we talking about. But this was hilarious.
Man, I heard he rolled the fuck out of a burrito though. Like, you don't want to fuck with him on that.
Oh man.
What?
Yeah.
Hold on. What?
I said hold on. I said I bet he rolled the fuck out of a burrito though. Like, all right, but anyway, this is Kev. I'm the original creator of Black Men Being Brutally Honest with Everyone. And in the coming weeks, I'm going to be addressing all of my bastard children. Yes. Anyway.
Goodbye. Good night.
Anyway, it's not that serious. It's not that serious. It's just Facebook. But,
This stuff's supposed to be fun.
I can't stand none of y'all right now. Good night.
I'm just saying, this stuff is supposed to be fun. That's what social media is supposed to be for. It's supposed to be fun.
I thought so. I'm having fun. I don't know about anybody else, but I'm having fun. Y'all may not be having fun, but I'm having fun.
Oh man.
This man is the most non-threatening stalker. Non-threatening.
And you know what? That don't even sound right together. I just heard that sentence in my head, like the most non-threatening stalker. That's hilarious.
Man, just it's like a bug.
Oh Lord, have mercy. I know what I'm not gonna do. I ain't never showing up to nobody's mama house. I know I'm not doing it. Cause I'm just trying to keep it real. I assume if I go to somebody's mama house, I'm playing this tough card, and they got to come see me at that point. Like, I'm not doing that to nobody. I ain't bringing your mama into it.
Hey, Don, you did add him to the conversation, didn't you?
I did. He didn't want to show up, so it is.
Well, he had a chance.
Yeah,
I said on Facebook I was done with him, but I would have been willing to talk.
But you know what though? If y'all invited him, maybe he just gonna relax right now and do a response from somebody's mama house.